What's up, you guys? It's Maddie Loves here, and today you can obviously see that I'm doing the interview, everyone. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. She actually said yes, so yay. Obviously you could tell which school I'm going to, which is Stacy James. It's here in Parker. Now you know. So before I get started, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell. It notifies you every single time I upload. And who doesn't want that, including in the month of Vlogmas, which is really exciting. That's pretty much it. It's a little interview, kind of Jimmy and Fallon and Hot Ones inspired. So let's bring on our guest, David. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to be here. It's an honor.
So, introduce yourself a little bit. Get my subscribers or my viewers a little
Absolutely. You got it. Absolutely. My name is David Chizik, and first and foremost, I'm a hairdresser through and through. I've been doing hair for about 32 plus years, which is hard to believe. I am an artist through and through. I love to paint and draw, sculpt, so I love art. I'm a husband and a father of 2 kids and a father of 3 standard poodles. So I have my dogs as well. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. That's it.
Let's get on to the questions,
You got
shall
it.
we?
Let's
Are you
do
excited?
I am excited. Let's rock and roll.
All right. What is your favorite thing to do with hair?
My absolute favorite thing to do with hair is cut hair. I love cutting hair. It's my favorite. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Totally, yeah.
What is it like doing hair shows?
Shows are so much fun. I've been doing hair shows now like 20 years already, which is hard to believe. But hair shows are so much fun because they're so inspirational. Of course, again, you get your 15 minutes of fame, which is always fun.
Right, we always
little
love
fan
that.
base, and it's always fun to get out there and push social a little bit, which is fun. But ultimately, the most fun about hair shows is really the inspiration you get and the knowledge you grow from it. It's cool. Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
What's your favorite haircut to do?
My favorite haircut is, as long as I've been doing hair, my favorite haircut is always the shag. I love the shag. It's so popular right now. It's like a super popular haircut.
It's the wolf cut, if everyone is wondering.
Yeah, any YouTubers want to know, that's what the wolf cut is. Exactly. It's really just a new term, but I think that's kind of fun to have a new term for something that's been around forever because, why not put a new spin on it? Which is fun,
What's your favorite? I already said that. Do you have any motivational quotes that keep you inspired?
Yes, always. Yeah, of course. My favorite one of all time is something my mentor taught me, and I know you've heard me say it a million times, which is practice, practice, practice. And then when you're all done doing that, go practice some more. And then again, I always like to try to be Buddha-like. I like to try to stay centered very nicely. So I always remind myself that yesterday was gone. You have no idea what tomorrow's going to bring, so live for today.
That is very, very good.
Yeah, it's a nice way to keep balance, keep centered,
Who inspired you to do hair / who inspires you to do hair?
Yeah, I would say my mentors really inspired me to do hair. I started doing hair when I got into beauty school at 15 and a half years old. So I guess I would say mostly my mentors that I've gotten along the way really inspired me to do hair. And then again, I would say the world is social now. There's so much out there and there's so much to absorb that it's just such an inspiration to see what everybody else is doing all over the globe. Years ago, it was what's happening in your own town. Now it was what's happening on the East Coast, West Coast. Now you can find out what's going on in Japan and Europe and Australia.
Which is actually really cool.
Super cool. So you can pull trends from everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Do you like to color hair? If so, what has been your favorite hair color to do / technique?
I do like to color hair, yes. And I would say my favorite technique to date is balayage. I love to paint, again, as an artist. It's free form, it's freehand, so you can really take your time and put highs and lows in where you want them. And it's just such a natural, lived-in, beautiful look. And that's so popular right now.
Oh, yeah, it's very beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to get that done when I was doing natural hair.
Yeah, when you want natural hair. Not great for not natural hair, but
right?
It's great for natural. Exactly.
Do you have any advice for those who are trying to grow out their hair or who has been dyeing their hair and who wants to cut it? Not cut it, but grow it out.
Grow it out. I would always say that the best thing, unfortunately, there's no quick fix. It'd be nice if we could just snap our fingers and
right.
Or was the old doll used to crank the hair and it would make the hair grow back out, like the Play-Doh.
Oh, right? Yeah, the Play-Doh.
But yeah, honestly, the best way to grow hair out is you got to let it grow 3 to 4 months, let it grow. And then about every 3 to 4 months, you go in and you get just a 1/4 to 1/2 inch trimmed off and goes back to healthy. And then it grows better that way. It's probably the quickest way to grow hair.
Right. Listen to him. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I've seen it all. I mean, there's no real quick fix to it. Things like biotin help and, you know, things like that to help it grow stronger.
If you want instant extensions.
Instant gratification extensions are the way to go. Exactly.
What's your opinion of people dyeing their hair at home?
It scares me.
It scares you. It scares me too a little bit.
Only because so many of the fashion colors are popular. That means, you know, you have to lighten it. And, you know, we've all seen, you know, it's scary. With light hair at
Unless
home.
if you're blonde already.
Then it makes it a little easier.
A little easier.
Yep.
You still have to lighten it a little bit more, but, you know.
Yeah, but I always say go to a professional. They were trained for a reason. They know what they're doing. That way it'll come out right every time.
Right.
Especially during the holidays. You know?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to look like a clown.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Who is your favorite hair YouTuber or part of the hair community who's a YouTuber, for example, like Brad Mondo or Guy Tang? You can tell me who is my favorite.
Yeah. Well, again, I always say Guy Tang is fun to watch. He's awesome. But I would say my favorite right now is probably Sam Villa and Andrew Carruthers and a couple of their team guys over at Sam Villa YouTube. It's really, their YouTube is cool. A lot of good education over there.
Good education.
Yeah, excellent education. You got it.
Have you seen those bleach fail videos on YouTube?
Right, we were just sort of
talking about
almost backtracking, right?
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Yes, I've seen. They're like.
They're funny to watch, but it's also it gives me like the sweats. I'm just like, no.
Right. I don't know if I want to laugh or cry. Right. I usually end up laughing more, then I cry later. But man, they are funny to watch.
I feel so bad for the people too. Like there's like balding spots.
When you see their faces and they're like, they didn't expect that. You gotta feel bad.
So working for Applause and Russ, what has been your favorite memory so far?
I would say working for Aquage and Rusk have really been like the best memories are just all the travel I get to do, from international to national travel, being on stage, like I said again, and really getting to, honestly, what's kind of fun about being on a stage at a hair show is you get to show, that's where you get to show off more than show how. When we're teaching a class or an educational space, it's more like show how. When you're on stage, you get to show off a little bit. That's just fun, you know? Yeah, so it's just, they're memorable. You know, they're memorable moments being on a stage in front of 500 or 600 people is a lot of fun.
What's your favorite thing about Guy Tang?
Favorite thing?
Fangirling,
I love it. My favorite thing about Guy Tang is truly his ability to explain what he's doing wholeheartedly as an educator. I think my favorite thing about Guy Tang is that he wants to truly teach. Not just like, hey, look what I can do. I bleached it up and I got here, start to finish. He goes all the way through the system and really tells you how to get there. So that's nice. That's an inspiration.
Including since he does a lot of fashion colors mainly.
Yes, correct.
It's really easy to, you know, mess up.
Yeah, fashion colors are a lot of work.
So
people
hard.
don't recognize how much time and effort it takes to make really good fashion colors. He does it so well.
He does it amazingly. And his product line for it,
very nice.
Exquisite, as I like to call it.
Nice.
What's your favorite thing about being an instructor, since we are talking about teaching and everything?
Yeah, my favorite thing about it as being an instructor, being an educator is honestly, truly when the student gets that aha moment and you see it in their eyes and you see that it clicked and they're like, oh, now I get it.
That was me like a few days ago with the point cutting.
Yeah, and you did a great job. It was brilliant. And those are those moments when you just, it feels good to be able to pass on all that knowledge you had. And why share it? I mean, not share it. Why keep it to yourself? You know, why share it? You know. So yeah.
Share it with everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
If someone walked up to you and said, I want to start cosmetology, where do I start? What advice would you give? Everything else like that.
Run. That's what I would say. Yeah, get out of there as soon as you can. It's an amazing industry. I would say it was a great choice. I'd say especially if you're a creative, if you like to sort of be your own boss and do your own thing and
there's so much you can do.
Person.
I mean, you can do what Guy Tang is doing too.
Exactly. There's so many different things to do in our industry. Especially nowadays, you can really specialize in one thing or another. Again, like Guy Tang does, or if you want to do extensions or just cut or just color. There's so many things we can do in our industry now. It's such a great industry. and you can go as far as you want. You can make as much money as you want. You can work as hard or as little as you want. I mean, it's just a great career path, especially for creatives who aren't sure where they want to be, you know?
Yeah. I think you already answered pretty much my second question. Now for the Kazi students who are all over the world, what advice would you give to them? This is also for me a little bit, guys. Just
right.
This is
That's the advice I'd
give. Yeah. Great advice.
I would go back to practice, 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 right? Practice is the most important thing in the world. To practice, so you get it under your belt. They say we have to do things about 50 times before we can really start to get muscle memory for it. So I guess I would say from a cosmetology student perspective, really don't worry about what other people think, right? And just concentrate on what it is that you like to do. Try everything. I would definitely say keep an open mind. Try everything, and then you can decide sort of as you grow, what you really want to specialize in, you know. But having all that knowledge is just so powerful, really is.
So, what is your favorite braid to do? I know this a lot because he taught me a little bit about braiding.
I love to braid, right? I think my two favorite braids. I can't pick one. I don't think I've ever picked one favorite of anything. I like too many things. The infinity braid, I love the way the infinity braids look, and I love a 4-strand round braid, which is just a favorite of mine. I love that 4-strand round braid.
Oh yeah. Those it's difficult.
It is. It looks confusing, but it looks so cool. That's what I like about it.
What's your favorite brand or products to use?
Wholeheartedly, I've been working for Aquage for a long time, and they've never failed me. I love Aquage products, and I would say one of my personal favorites within the line of Aquage products, I love Working Spray. It's great for making, you know, fun, crazy shapes to, you know, just finishing hair. So Working Spray is probably my favorite product, and I love Aquage.
What brand would you recommend for the ordinary person or the regular person walking in the streets?
You know, I guess honestly, the best way I would answer from a brand perspective, obviously working for brands, I have some favorites of mine.
Right.
So, but I would say, honestly, trust your stylist. You know, go see, when you talk to your stylist, buy your products from your stylist because they know your hair the best. They know what they put in your hair, how much moisture they took out when they lightened it, or how much color they put in, things like that. So they'll know your hair best, and they'll know what's best for your hair type and your texture. That's always what I would say as far as trust your stylist.
Trust the stylist that is doing your hair.
They know. They really know. They know. They know your hair.
They know everything about your hair.
Yeah. Stylists know everything. You know that? We know it all.
What's your favorite updo to do?
Ah, man, my favorite updo, I guess I really love just a low, loose chignon. I think they're the prettiest. It's just really, really nice.
Now,
yeah.
For the people who are watching, they probably don't know what a chignon is.
A chignon is really just a really fancy French term for a bun, right? But what we always learned in the industry is that it's hard to charge a lot of money for a bun. But you can charge a whole bunch of money for a chignon because nobody really knows what that is.
Right.
It's just beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So, if you had to do one haircut, one hairstyle, and one hair color, what would you do?
I love that question. I think that's awesome. Right back, though, I would always pick my shag. I love the shag. I love the shag from the 70s and the 90s. Those are my two favorites. So I would always maintain a shag in some form. I love blondes. I'm partial to blonde. My wife's a bright blonde. So I would say I have to stick with somebody being a blonde all the time if I had to do one color blonde. And I would always I love a beach wave. I love a loose, lived-in beach wave. So that would probably be the style I would give that shag. Totally.
Yeah. What is your favorite hair trend that has come back? I know you talk a lot about the shag and everything else like that.
Of course. And the shag is a popular one. The shag has sort of never gone out, which is cool. I'd say my favorite trend to date that's back is the mullet. I think the mullet's awesome. I think
everybody is.
Yeah, I think they have rocked the mullet. I think it's more of a rocker mullet. Well said. I think that's exactly right. And I think it's just a super cool haircut. They took something that was kind of, it was an okay haircut when it first came out, and I think now it's even cooler than it was. You know, so now it's like
people be like bleaching it, putting rainbows, doing all these.
Guys can wear it, girls can wear it. I mean, ultimately, it's awesome. I agree.
Now, I didn't put this on obviously on my list, But what is your opinion on the e-girl hairstyle, the e-girl like style in general?
So personally myself, I've always been a huge sci-fi fan. I've always been a big comic book design fan, right? Again, I like to paint and draw. So I love the e-girl look. I think it's super cool. I think it's super empowering. I think someone who's bold enough to wear it and rock it, I say that that's someone who is probably stronger than they even know they are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, personally, I think
I used to do it too.
So cool.
I used to do the little hair color.
Yeah, I think
at least.
Yeah, I love that.
A little bit.
One of my favorite.
When I first went here, I was like, I'm doing that. I'm not gonna color. I'm not gonna cut my hair. And then
that's what we all say in beauty school, right? Yeah, I was born with naturally curly hair, and I think in beauty school I had a perm. I didn't need one, got one.
Got one though.
I was in beauty school. So yeah, I think the e-girl look is super cool.
I think also that a lot of cartoon characters have inspired it.
Very
For
much
example,
inspired.
the Kim Possible villain
Yep.
girl, I forgot her name.
I can't think of her name either. One
But
of my favorite
the green
characters.
and black.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's
Which
beautiful,
is so cool.
and people actually have been rocking it. I've seen all over my For You page and my like everyday life that I've seen it.
I even like sort of how they're doing almost like a natural color on the top of the hair, and the whole underneath is pink or blue or something very e-girl inspired. Yeah, it's so cool.
I had that. It wasn't bright colors, but it was like a maroon.
Yeah,
and my
still
blonde.
fun peekaboo. Yeah, I just think that super cool. Super cool. Yeah.
So that is it for today's video.
Yeah.
Give it a big thumbs up. I'll probably put David's Instagram and his YouTube, because he has a YouTube channel.
I appreciate it.
He hasn't uploaded that much yet.
I'm not really good at uploading, but I'll try to get better.
You'll try.
You can check me out on Instagram for sure if you want to see some of my favorite braids and some of my favorite haircuts and stuff like that. I put a lot of videos up there, so you can check my Instagram out.
Check his Instagram. And also, I have my linktree. Y'all could go follow me. I still have to put in my Kazi account for people who want to see my stuff.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, do it.
I have put it on in the description multiple times before, so y'all have to look for it.
Nice.
I'm putting little Easter eggs in it.
Good for you.
And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Thank you.